Well, good morning, everybody. I am here and you are here. Thanks for stopping by and listening to me chat. And let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy our anywhere from half hour to 45 minutes. Just depends on how much we got to talk about. So first off, I just wanted to say thank you all for supporting me. Thank you for joining. Thank you for, watching the videos and just, being there and, following along on the journey. It's something that I never thought that this is what it would turn into. I'm very grateful and I'm pretty excited. Now, I'm outside today only because there's just a lot of family stuff going on inside. So I thought I'd kind of come outside where it's really, really nice. And it's, we can just kind of chat. And I apologize for any noise that that kind of comes from around. I just can't control it, unfortunately. Now, let's dive into questions, right? So whatever questions that you guys have, whatever you want to talk about, just post it, just comment right below. I'm just going to say, hello, everyone. I think that's, yeah, that was my hello with an E at the end. Anyways, it's all good. So talking about training, wow, we got Kentucky on here. Wow, awesome. Drew running. How are things down in Kentucky, my friend? Hopefully you are staying warm. Hey, Mark from France. How are you, buddy? Good to see you on here. It is a nice day today. It's a little bit cooler in the mornings, I'm finding. And if I could just wake up a little bit earlier, I would probably have a way better run. But unfortunately, I've been running a little later because I'm staying awake later, putting together the final touches on videos and all that kind of jazz. And I find if I drink coffee later on in the day, man, am I up until all hours. It's crazy. Hey, James, how are you doing, man? Totally. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, Drew, totally humid. I get it, man. I get it. We just went through a long stretch of it being extremely humid and with high temperatures. Now it's a little bit cooler in the temperatures, but the humidity is still there. It hasn't let up yet. So a little crazy. Now, I changed the time that I was hopping on only because my work schedule is, I'm showing properties about an hour away. So I kind of have to factor that in when I do these. So that's why we're doing it at noon. And for everyone in the UK, especially you, James, who's on right now, I know the time difference. I think you guys are 6 hours. So it's probably around dinner time where you are. Or is it dinner or is it supper? What do you guys call it? You guys call dinner like lunch and then supper is dinner? When I was growing up, that's kind of what it was like, right? With my mom and my dad. I was born in Canada, but my mom and dad, they were born in Liverpool and specifically in Bootle. That's where they were. So if anyone is watching this now or is later on watching it, then you kind of know a little bit about history. Yeah, the UK is like totally present, man. This is awesome. So guys, post your questions. Let me know what it is that's on your mind, what you want to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of rhyme into some of the things that I've kind of been going through. So I guess the first thing is this ends the end of kind of my August kind of 80-20 training. So as you all know, I've been doing some 800 meter repeats. I've been obviously doing tempo runs. I even kind of went for a fast run yesterday. I wasn't supposed to. It wasn't part of my training. However, I was out, I just felt like giving her just that little extra oomph, if you know what I mean. Training strictly at MAF is fantastic. However, I reached a point where I wasn't getting necessarily the amount of results kind of I wanted. I started to kind of plateau a little bit. So I started to add in some of my faster runs. Now, I talked to a friend of mine and he was like, you know what, why don't you just add in, some track work just for 1 month, 1 day a week, and build up from like 400, 4 800s all the way up to like 7 800s and see how that helps with your MAF training. when you kind of go back full, like, full tilt. The other thing that you guys all need to know is I haven't done a math test since the end of May. So June, July, August, I haven't done it because I couldn't control the temperature. It was crazy hot. And to be quite honest, I just didn't want to see what the numbers were going to be. But I do have an idea of where things are at, only because I've been running kind of some of the same routes over and over again. And if you're following me on Strava, you're going to know that. The other thing is I'm switching kind of back only to start adding in some longer mileages, because you're going to hear it first. I want to run an 80 kilometer self if you could kind of come out and just give me a high five, support, whatever it is. Anyways, I'm going to be announcing kind of when I'm going to be doing that, but it'll be in November. So it'll be cooler, which will be nice, because obviously it'd be nice to be able to go further distance and not have to worry so much about my heart rate. All right, let's dive into some of the questions just so you kind of know a little bit about what's been going on. Okay, James, you've been really consistent in your math, and I'm following your lead. You've done many more faster runs. You are still sticking around the 80-20. So as you can tell, I kind of answered that. So yes, I am on the 80-20 right now. I will be kind of diverting back to full-time math for a period of months. Maybe I'll keep a tempo in there. Maybe I'll be like, 90% math and 10%, a little bit faster, but we'll see. But only because I want to get those. I need to up my mileage, but whenever I go ahead and I increase my speed, I decrease my mileage. I just don't want to get injured, right? Okay, what's our next one we got? Okay, Drew, math training. Speaking of sleep, as I get older, you're now 60, waking up 2-4 times a night. Good sleep is tough on everyone, including math. Can't seem to get my heart rate down. Yeah, that's always a challenge. I like to practice what I preach. Now, what I'm about to say is in contradictory to kind of what I've been doing the last little while, specifically when I've been putting a lot of effort into the channel and the videos that I'm producing. I tend to, I like to kind of tune out. So like an hour before bed, I like to really just maybe read a book. I've been reading a book for like 2 years. Like, it's been a long time coming, trying to get to the end of it. However, what I like to do is just tune out, get off the phone. For all the Brits out there, you'll probably like this. So basically, I like to kind of get off all of that technology and just get back to like either reading just whatever it is I got around me, like a magazine, a book, just nothing with a screen. I tune off from TV, my laptop, my phone, because that blue light really does affect you when it comes to trying to get good quality sleep. It really messes with your circadian rhythm. So that may be something that you could try, Drew, right? It's just, I don't know, something that I've done. What I may also do is I'll put together maybe a video that talks about a number of things that I've done to help encourage good sleep. And one of them is not drinking coffee, just so you know. But maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I do know it affects your heart rate, and it sucks. I get it, and it's not fun, because you want to improve on your math kind of all the time, right? But when you have those days where your math run doesn't go as planned, or trying to keep it down, it's kind of frustrating. And I get it. I've been there on a lot of that, and I've actually done a couple of videos about that as well. James, dinner or supper? Ongoing debate in the UK. No way. That's awesome. My dad, he used to get so bad because he used to call it supper all the time, and I would always call it dinner, and we could never agree. It was like this constant back and forth between my father and I. Anyways, all right, Mark, what do we got here? How did you decide when the time was right to stop doing pure math, and how many months? Okay, so I trained pure math for probably about 8 months that I did this. Now, 2 of those months, my mileage was a little bit lower, only because I started to get a tight piriformis, basically a pain in the ass, and my hamstring was getting a little tight. So I kind of backed off a little bit. Worked on it. I mean, obviously, I couldn't get a massage. I did a lot of foam rolling. Got a lot. The I don't know what they're called. Those It's a really hard sports ball. Anyways, maybe I'll do a video. It's kind of like a lacrosse ball. And anyways, I would really work that in for the deeper tissue muscles, especially on my piriformis, because that one really, really hurt. So I kind of dropped down a little bit, and then I kind of started working my way back, because March was a little bit of a slower month, specifically because obviously COVID hit and I wasn't in the right mind to even think about running. I was kind of really down and out. And then I kind of picked myself back up in April, and I've been kind of going since. Now, when I picked it up in April, I just decided I'm going to throw in some tempo runs. I hadn't done any speed work in all that time that I was doing math. And then August hit, and then I started to incorporate my 800-meter repeats, which is what I've just finished right now. And I'm actually putting together a video on that. I actually had two cameras going while I was out on the track. So I've captured that. Look for that coming up this week, as well as I've put together a video on the foods that I eat. So I did a little bit of a video on that as well. So those are kind of coming out next week. So just kind of putting that out there. Drew, you call it supper too. And all good ideas. Thanks for sure, man. Absolutely. So I don't know, how are things been with you guys? Like, how's your training been going? What's been going on with you? Have you guys, hitting some kind of roadblocks, some stumbling, runs? Because I know I have, and I know why. It's either heat or it's because of what I've eaten. Those are big things. Sleep's been my biggest nemesis, and coffee, only because I don't drink coffee every day. I only drink it every now and then. So I think I may have to get like a decaf, and that may help. So if you know any good decaf coffees, and I don't care where you are in the world, post them down below, because like I'd love to know, because I'm not really a coffee drinker per se. I've been using this one from Italy, and I can't even pronounce it. It starts with an L-A-Z, Lazarin, I don't know. I forget what it's called, but I threw the package away and I just kind of put it in a Tupperware container. So I can't even show it to you. 2 months of, so Drew's talking only 2 months into math. It's tough going. Yeah, it's tough going slow. To go slow, there's a lot of things that you may experience. And one of them also may be your form. Maybe it may break down, or when you're running, because I know with me, because I've been watching how I've been running, and it's not exactly, my daughter's looking at me going, what are you doing? Maybe she could come out and say hi. That would be awesome. You can come out and say hi? She's like, I have no, not right now. It's all good. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. I don't even know how to. Lavaza, I guess. I think. Yeah. Anyways, reading wasn't my strong suit in school, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's something for you that none of you guys necessarily know, but do any of you know, or have you ever had dyslexia? Right? Because I've suffered dyslexia my whole life, and it's obviously gotten better over time. But yeah, sometimes that's a challenge, right? Because sometimes I see words backwards, so was and saw, or even I and ah. It's just kind of weird, right? But anyways, it's one of the things that I've had happen. So, anyways, just being a little bit of vulnerable with you guys, right? Because I haven't really told everybody. But anyways, this is the PPR family, guys, going strong, which is really cool. Drew, do running. Okay, so it's not Drew. Thanks, I appreciate that. I think I do when reading. Yeah, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm kind of working on it, right? I'm working on it, and like I said, it's getting better, right? Uh, so here's something, and I'm not too sure where this is all going. However, this channel is growing extremely fast, guys. Like I've surpassed 1,500, and it is strictly thanks to you. Like all of you guys who tune in and watch, and even watch the ads and support me and everything else. Like seriously, bottom of my heart, man, it means a lot. And I'm going to be doing a lot more cool things on the channel. And as we grow, I'll be able to invest more into the channel, and I'll be able to even make really cooler things, right? And if there's things that you guys want me to cover in the videos, or if there's changes that you guys would like to see a little bit less of and a little bit more of, I know there's things that I want to reduce. And I know the beginning of my videos can be sometimes a little bit long, and I'm aware of that. And I'm trying to kind of overcome my ego to kind of shorten them down. And I think I've done that over the last couple of videos. But again, I'm going to work on that. The other thing is, as we grow, I'm working on a logo that I want to incorporate onto the channel as well. That's a work in progress. And also looking at getting some new tech to make some better videos, and even some better microphones and stuff like that, right? I want to kind of up the level. But again, it's going to take time. It's going to take investment of money and all that kind of stuff to kind of figure it all out. So just know that that's coming down the pipe at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to be working on it. Okay. Okay. Mark's going, yeah, rubbish running in the heat. He gets getting out early in the morning to beat the heat means getting up early, and it's dark at 6:30. Mark, man, I'm totally with you, man. There was a day that I used to really, really love running in the morning, and I'd go running with a number of friends on trail runs, and it was awesome. But the problem was, once COVID hit, there was nobody really to go run with. So it was just all running by myself, and trying to be motivated when it's dark. Yeah, it can be hard. I totally get that. Okay, so do running. Love the channel, as I believe you're closer to my age, not one of the 30 or 40-year-olds. Better subject matter for me. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm just being authentic. I'm being me. I'm not trying to be anybody else. There's other channels for that. And I watch a lot of other channels, right? I watch Sage Canaday. I watch Seth Demore. I watch The Ginger Runner. I watch Kafuzi. I watch that running guy in the UK. I watch Duck Running. I think it's Chris. I know Chris. Well, it could be two Chris's. I know Chris is that running guy in the UK, and I know I think it's the Duck Running. He's out in Australia. So that's just some of the ones that I watch. I also watch a couple of other videos that's not running related, and some of it's like van life. I find those pretty fascinating as well. People, riding around, the world in these Sprinter vans. So anyways, those are just some of the channels that I kind of listen to, guys. John says, what adjustment to MAF if you are 66 or older? Okay, so if you are 65 and above, you may want to add an additional 10 beats on. And even if you're younger, you want to add on 10 beats as well, if like you're in your 20s. Because what Dr. Phil Maffetone has mentioned is in those zones, trying to gauge your aerobic heart rate, it's harder, and you may not see the results. So making that switch to adding in an additional 10 on the upper and 10 on the lower can certainly help. Or again, just depends on where you are in your running, whether you are where am I going with this? You're either adding 5 beats or you're subtracting 5 beats, right? So if you've been running for 2 years and you're good to go, then go ahead and add on an additional 5, right? But if you're injured, you're coming back from being sick or something like that, you want to reduce that down to 5. Now, I haven't had to do that as of yet. However, I know people that have, they've gotten the flu, or they've gotten, I don't know anyone really that's gotten COVID yet. However, I don't know how that would impact on your running, because of your lungs, man. Like, I don't know how long that would last for. the ramifications of it. I just know when I get sick, I feel it for a couple of, I feel it for like those 7 days, the man cold, and you feel it for a period of time. But then afterwards, you're kind of like, yeah, I think I'm good. But really, your body hasn't fully recovered yet. And I noticed that after one of my marathons, I was running, that I totally crashed and burned bad. Like I hit the wall like less than, I think actually it was about 21K. Boom, I hit the wall and that was it. Now I finished. I struggled, but yeah. So you never know with your body in terms of whether you're sick. So in terms of beats per minute, that's what you can do. And if you and John, Joseph, if you haven't seen my video on shuffling my way to success, you may want to kind of watch that, because that's really what I did. I really shuffled my way to getting faster by training with Maff. It's the only way that I was able to get it done, right? I know others that have been walking for a full year. Al, if you're on, I'm talking to you. He's down in St. Catharines in Ontario, Canada. He's been walking for a full year and he's been seeing amazing results. He hasn't even started running yet. I think he's going to start running in a couple of months. So I know that if you're walking, you can still get great results. All right. So what do we do here? Okay. Do running is talking. So if you're 65, then add 10 beats, meaning 180 minus 65 plus. Yes, that's exactly what I'm meaning. Mark, do you look at your running cadence and are you trying to improve it? So I have looked at my running cadence over the years, and my cadence has always been about 176 to about 180. Well, 176, 178. But over the last little bit, specifically on, sorry, I got something in my eye, guys. I've noticed that my running has gotten, my cadence has actually really kind of sped up. And on some of my runs, my cadence has been like 181. And again, that's just going slow. So I'm taking a lot more steps a minute. So yes, I have paid attention to that. And I'm always trying to get better. I'm a student of the sport. I only started running in 2015, or sorry, at the end of 2014. So I'm always trying to get better all the time. So yes, I do pay attention to my cadence. And yes, I always try to be aware of my cadence. Hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? If your run starts and you find yourself way over Maff and cannot get it down, do you just ignore Maff and just run on, or walk it all the way? Okay, so I've had a couple of runs where this has happened over the last year, where I started my run and the run just wasn't going well, and my heart rate started going higher and higher. And I would slow down and I'd walk the hill and I get frustrated and I'd start it up again, hoping that, it was just like a fluke with my watch. Cause as you all know, I've just been running with my watch, and it just, I don't know, man, like it was frustrating. So I wanted to continue and I did. And then the whole run was like just a disaster. So I was like, okay, I'm just throwing that in. I don't care. And I just ran. And then others where I would run, and then I noticed that it wasn't going as well as I hoped, and it would start to rise. So I started to kind of chill out, bring it back down, walk it out, and then pick it up again. And I would walk it all the way back down to like my low end, like, sometimes 127, right? 128, 127. And then I take it all the way back up again, and then I come all the way back down. And it's like this ebb and flow the whole entire run. So, and again, it would all depends on what I had eaten the night before, if I had coffee the night before, or my sleep. And that would cause my heart rate to go a little crazy. Hopefully that answered your question. So, and some I just threw in the towel. Others I adjusted my thinking and I just walked it out. So again, it's going to be a preference. And again, here's the thing, guys. If you have a run and it's not, every kilometer is not exactly on that heart rate, don't stress out about it. Just, it's okay. Like, don't freak out. But just know on the next kilometer, or the next time you go out, because really you shouldn't even be looking. The only thing that you need to look at on your watch is elapsed time, okay, and heart rate. That's it. So if you can program your watch, that's a B. If you can program your watch just for those two things on your screen, I encourage you, because I mean it would really help. And if you're using the optical sensor for heart rate on your watch, I use the Chorus watch. Just put two fingers right here. That's essentially where you want to put it, right? Just on your wrist. So two fingers away, because it has a more of a solid connection on your wrist. So you'll get and you got to tie it down, right? Like it can't be too loose, because if it's too loose and it starts shaking around, you'll lose the connection, and your heart rate will be spiking all over the place. And it's not fun, because you start to freak out going, what's the heck wrong with my phone? So some people don't like it when it's tight. I don't really care. I just put it on. I know it's going to work. And I've compared it, mine with a strap, and they're pretty accurate within a beat or two. So, all right. More questions here. I got, just bear with me, guys. Okay. Ignore it. Okay. So hopefully that answers, Chris. Question: do you have a coach or prepare your weekly training plans, or are you following a specific program from a book or somewhere else? I basically put all my training plans together myself. And if you guys are interested, what I can do, maybe I'll do this next week. I can put together a plan that I can share out with you guys if you want. On Maffetone training and the distances. Maybe I can do a beginner version. Maybe I can do an intermediate. So if that's something you're interested in, I can certainly see if I can put together. But yeah, I don't use a coach. I'm basically, everything that I've learned is by me just kind of reaching out to friends that I've run in the past, and watching YouTube videos, right? Just like you guys are watching right now. So when I started, I didn't even know, like I didn't even really know about the whole YouTube universe with regards to running. But I noticed there was a lot of people I couldn't connect with, because either they weren't in my age, or they weren't speaking my language, or I just couldn't connect. And so I tried my best to get what I could from them. But unfortunately, everything that I've been doing is pretty much self-taught. Okay. Other than, I'm going to mention Floris Gierman, because he helped me as well at the beginning with videos and stuff. So there's a lot of different things that have helped me in my process. So no, to answer your question, I do everything my own. And if you want, I can provide some of those plans to help you guys if you're looking for it. All right, hold on a sec. We got more here. Hello from Hanover, Germany. Hey, TD Miller, how are you, man? That's awesome. I've been to Germany. Germany is so cool. I love it. So they're backpacking years and years and years ago. And I just found like your beer gardens were flipping awesome. They were so cool. And the trains that you guys have, like out in France and out in Germany, and just it's just the UK as well, like just fantastic the way the Europe is set up for that. So so your videos are helping me with Math Journey. I'm enjoying the training. Wait, I'm not enjoying the training because it's so slow, but you've convinced me to be patient. That's awesome. Hey, I hope that things are going to go better, right, in time, right? How long have you been running, TD Miller? I'd like to know. I know it sucks, but you'll get there, right? So hold in there, keep plugging away. You'll make it happen, and just don't stress out about it. All good things happen, right? Greetings from Finland. Whoa, very cool. Man, we have finished in my family as well. Not in my personal family, but with my wife and her family. So that is very cool. I would love to visit Finland one day. So totally be very cool. Your videos are a huge motivation boost. 6 months with math training and seeing a lot of improvement. Exciting to find out how much more room there is for improvement. There is always lots of room for improvement. Once you hit a plateau, if you threw in a little bit of speed work in there, do that for a month or so, and then go back and see how you were doing with your math tests, that would be very interesting. And I'm about to find out how that's worked out for me. So stay tuned for that one. Lewis, you said about nasal breathing and a mixture and or Both. Okay, so nasal breathing. Okay, I have started to play around with that. I wasn't going to actually talk about it yet. It's going to be one of the topics of the video. However, I have been doing some nasal breathing. You guys are the first to hear this, and it's interesting. I'm going to tell you that. I'm not 100% on the wagon yet, but I possibly could give it a couple more runs. So just stay tuned for that one. Alex, hi from Brazil. Wow, that's awesome. By the beach on South Brazil. I'm 50 and my MAF is 130. My challenge are mountains and in between each beach pass on my run. Yeah, you know what? I wish I had that. I wish I had that as being a challenge, right? Would love the mountains. That would be super, super cool. But again, going through those valleys. But here's the thing. If you are running and then you find yourself having to go straight up, I don't know if you saw that video from earlier on, not today's video, but the last video I posted, I think that was on Thursday. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I was up at Blue Mountain and it was just straight up. Like when you go and you're hitting the elevation, don't worry, man, your heart rate's going to get up there and you're still going to be working on your aerobic base, right? You're still going to work on that. So don't worry so much about it. Just keep plugging away. But yeah, I can understand you want to run. I get it. Just because you work different muscles when you do run. Where are we? James, good question. I also have started nasal breathing after reading okay, good book. So many benefits of avoiding. One of the things that I experienced on nasal breathing is how breathing through your mouth has a huge, huge effect, right? Because you can bring in so much oxygen, just right, more than with the nose, right? And I've tried to do full-on nasal breathing, but I've also trying to do the hybrid of the two. So again, I'll talk about that in a video that's coming up, because again, I haven't really formed my thoughts on it yet and how I feel about it. So it's something I'm going to work on for sure. Chris said, thanks. I threw in the towel. I knew I'd not slept well and had too much drink the night before. My bad. Keep the videos coming from England. Oh, for sure, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes, man, you just throw in those towels. If it's a bad run, it's just what it is. And there's not much you can do about it. Right. So, see, I used to drink alcohol, like in my 20s and even into my early 30s. I used to drink lots of alcohol. I've kind of cut it all out now. Like I can't remember the last time I had a beer. Like honestly, I can't remember. Not to say that I'm against it, like a social one every now and then, but I just haven't. So yeah, so I'm sure that alcohol would have an effect, especially the next morning, right, on your run. Tanzania, oh man, look at this. You guys are from all over the place. We got a few people from Stony Creek. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Happy Yorkshire man. Whoa, what was your question? You redacted it. Tell me what your question was and I'll answer it for you, unless I've already answered it. Chris, hello from Oxford, UK. How often do you recommend doing MAF tests to check on progress? Once a month. I would suggest, man, I got this. I keep wiping. I've got this eyelash or something, and I can't get rid of it. It's crazy. It keeps flopping around. So every month, run a MAF run. Try to make it at the same temperature, the same time, the same everything, right? Because you'll have a consistent result. Like I said earlier, I haven't done one since May because I haven't been able to keep a consistent weather base here because it's been all over the place. So I'm going to get back to it when it cools down a little bit, probably in September. I'll be back doing my MAF tests once every month for sure. TD Miller, thanks. I've been running for over 7 years, but started MAF 12 weeks ago. On average, I've become slightly faster, 7:15, but nowhere near my regular running pace of 5:30. Yeah, that's exactly it, because you're not going to be at your regular running pace because you're not working that engine. You're working a totally different engine. right? So just, it's going to happen. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen once people have been doing this for anywhere from 3 to 6 months, and then when it cools down, to see what you guys can do. It's going to be epic. Like I can't wait, and I would love it if you guys could put together, like, do like a video, like just hold up your camera, hold it this way, film yourself, and then send me a clip, and I can put it in a video and give you a shout out. Just for all you guys running math, man. It would be awesome. So look, there's 29 of you all here right now. You just heard me say that. So put together a video, shoot it, upload it to Google Drive or Dropbox or some way, and then send me the link to it so I can get hold of the video, because I would love to put it in it. I would love to put a mashup of it to, help others, right? Just to say, hey, look, this is our PPR family. We're going strong. We're running, and we're running slow. So if, just to help encourage others, right? Anyways, that's like my ask of you guys. If you're okay, if you're up to it, not saying you have to, just if you want. All right, we got some more questions here. Looking forward to a video about nasal breathing. Yes, for sure, Lewis. It'll happen. Yorkshire man, you're back. Hey, busy week for me. Okay, so you've done 12 by 400 repeats on Tuesday, and then a 12.8 kilometer on Thursday. Saturday, and then Saturday, that's a lot for me. Keep up the great work. Cheers. Hey, man. Okay, 12 400s. Holy Toledo. That's epic. I haven't actually gone down that road of doing a lot of 400-meter repeats. I've worked on doing, my 800-meter repeats, but I haven't done the 4, and that's something that I've been thinking about. So who knows when I take that challenge up, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Would love to see your training plan. Yeah, for sure, Mark. Yeah, I'll make that happen. TD Miller, one unfortunate side effect of MAF training. I've lost my running buddies. Yeah, because they didn't want to slow down. Can't wait to run together with others. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because COVID gave us an opportunity to, like I said, for everything bad that's happened with COVID, and there's a lot of bad that's happened. And my heart goes out to anybody who's lost a loved one, who's gotten sick, or if it's happened to you, like, I can't imagine going through that, or how it's just so awful. So, but however, there's always another side that you can look at it for yourself. Yes, you've been inconvenienced with a lot of things, with shutdowns, lockdowns, whatever we want to call them. However, it's also given us the opportunity to look at our life and go, what's important, right? What is important? If you look at it in running, well, what's important about my running? Well, I want to run faster. Okay. If I want to run faster, what is it that I need to do? I need to run slower. I need to be consistent. I need to have a better diet. I need to get to sleep, right? I need to do all those things to help me become faster and to become a better version, right? And so that's something that I've really taken hold of. So yeah, a lot of my running buddies, they don't get it either. And you know what? That's okay, because a lot of them are starting to ask me, hey, so how are you getting faster? Right? Because they're all watching me on Strava, and they're seeing what's going on. And they're like, there's something to this. There must be. And so a lot of them are starting to ask now. But there's also a lot of people who start running who just want to run fast, and then they end up getting injured. That's what happened to me. Right? I just burned out, right? And I got injured, and I should have known better, but I didn't, because I didn't know what I was doing. So now I'm more of a student of the sport, really, really paying attention to what I'm doing. So, all right, where are we here? Yeah, so your buddies will come back. So here's something that you could do. After you've been doing this for, like, let's say 6 months or whatever, there can be a run that you go out and you just run with them, right? There's nothing to say that you can't, right? If you wanted to do that one run, go off and do that one run. It'll happen. Oh, hold on a second. I think my daughter's going to come say hi. There she is. Say hi to everyone.
Hello.
They're from all over the world. So we got London in here. We've got Finland. We've got Ontario. We've got Tanzania. We've got Brazil. We've got people, Kentucky down in the US. We've got people everywhere. So anyways, what do you think of the running? What do you think of me running slow?
Me?
Yeah.
You do what you need to do.
I need to do what I do.
Sorry, I'm I came in the middle of the conversation.
It's all good. That's cool. Yeah, my daughter, she's going to go off and go ride a horse. So,
I have to get dressed.
okay. I'll see you later. All right. So, where are we here? Does averaging heart rate count for math during a single run? Okay. Don't average your heart rate. Don't average it out. Every kilometer or every mile has to be at that math pace, whether it's whatever that number is. It can be in the zone, right? But try to keep it consistent at the same number. Don't look at averages, right? So hopefully that helped. Chris, yeah, definitely will send you a video. London, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. That would be great. David Porter, Dave from Southport, near Liverpool. Whoa, near Liverpool. We had another Liverpudlian. All right, that's awesome. Are you doing much cross training, bike, swim, strength? At 58, I find I need a break from pounding. So I do some strength training, but I don't do it at a gym or anything like that. All I've been doing is just like my own personal push-ups, planks, what do you call it? Mountain climbers, things like that. Everything just my own weight. No cross training, none of that, because I find that I do yoga, right? I've done yoga a couple of times. That certainly helps. I've incorporated a lot of stretching. I find that I need to do a little bit more stretching. I'm not as young as I used to be, so getting going was a challenge. So, yeah, definitely for sure. You know what you could also try, David, is maybe try doing some trail runs. That could help with alleviating the pounding for sure. Mark, in terms of diet, have you eliminated refined carbs? Not sure the rest of my family would appreciate that. Yeah. So, have I gotten rid of a lot of the carbs? The answer is yes. Simple carbohydrates have gone. That's pretty much, yeah. I mean, all the rest of my carbohydrates come from vegetables, and obviously that's not going anywhere. And I do have beans, obviously. There's carbs in beans, and there's some in nuts as well. But yeah, I've gotten rid of like the pastas and the breads and stuff like that. There are times that I will indulge in those things, but I do know what that does to my heart rate, and I don't freak out about it, right? But I've basically eliminated a lot of that because I just don't need it. Like I burn so much fat in my own system now that I don't. If I'm going to the track, yeah, okay, I'll eat some carbs the night before, but I don't eat anything on the day of. I just go out and run. So, but yeah, I definitely do stay away from that. Okay. Hey, David, with winter approaching, will you be doing math on a treadmill? Okay, so answer your question. I don't own a treadmill. I had one, but I never used it, so we sold it years ago. I have an elliptical trainer that I've set up in the basement, and I will only get on my elliptical trainer if it is like minus 35 Celsius. And for all of you in the US or in parts of the world that use miles or Fahrenheit, I don't even know what the number would be on that. I know it'll be cold, but maybe that's zero. Maybe that's zero for you guys. But don't have one. Don't have one. I'm out in the elements, and I'm fully dressed for it, right? I've got all my equipment to be out there and run, and I'm okay with that because it's just who I am. I really, really don't like running on a treadmill. It just numbs my mind to the point where I just want to get off. And I know that's maybe something that I could change and I could work on. However, I really, really enjoy running outside in snowstorms, in blizzards, in whatever it is, because I'm doing it David Goggins style, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of David Goggins, but look him up. The guy is one badass, and I will always get out and I will always put in my work. So, yeah. So that's a good question, Kevin. That's a good one. Yeah, Ivo, how are you? Good to hear. You're at Stony Creek, right? Very cool. Stony Creek's awesome. Do you ever run in the Dundas Valley? Because that is a very, very cool place to run. I totally love it. That's where I was going to be running my 100K trail race. And I think that was today. But of course it's canceled. So yeah, it is what it is. South Africa, Jacob, very cool. What's it like in South Africa, man? It must be extremely hot. I'd love to go there. So that would be a really cool place to visit. Do you running? Yeah, great. Yeah, so yours is in high school. Yeah, mine just finished, and yeah, university is fast approaching. I'm getting old, man. It's just time is ticking really quick. Lewis, 51, 52 in mid-September. Oh, very cool. Mine's September 15th. That's my birthday. Very cool. Math, 129, and you said it at 133. Wait, hold on. Sometimes I have to reread things. Okay, I'm 51. Okay, 52 minutes. So my math is 129. Now, why do you set it to what? Oh, okay, yeah, because you're bumping up the beats. Okay, that's not bad. Um, I would, I would, if you're looking at this, I would try to keep. Again, don't try to overcomplicate it. Right? Take math minus your age. If you've been running for more than 2 years and you're not injured, then add 5 beats. If not, keep it just the same. That's it. That's all I would recommend, right? And then try it out and see how it works out for you. Jacob, do you plan to do a MAF test at the end of this training block to see if the speedworks has made a difference? Yes, I absolutely plan on doing that to see. I'm going to have a couple of weeks at just pure MAF just to kind of slowly get my mileage back up because, again, I've dropped it back down to about, I don't know, 60 kilometers, 60 to 80 kilometers. I've dropped it down to. And okay, I really don't need wasps. Oh my gosh. Crazy when you do this outside. Sorry, guys. I'm like all over the place. Yes. Okay. You run it. That's awesome, Ivo. That's really cool. Well, maybe one day you and I can go for a run. That'd be cool. Thanks for all the videos and advice, Dave. You are inspiring. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. I'm doing what I can, right? It's a challenge. I'm not going to lie. It's hard work, but I always try to make this fun, entertaining, and enjoyable for all you guys, right? Because we all like to tune in and watch whatever videos that we have subscribed to, and like I said, I don't take that for granted, right? It really means a lot to me. Jacob, our weather is actually very pleasant in South Africa. Nice, warm summers, not too humid, and very mild winters. That'll be really cool. There could be something to say for running in South Africa. I'd love to go to Kenya. I would love to run in Kenya. That would be so flippin' cool. Yeah, my take on life. You know what? It's the only way, man. I can only be positive because if I start going down that negativity road, it's a whole other, I don't know, man. I find myself in places that I would never want to be. So again, I just try to keep it light in life and keep it happy. And if I'm inspiring people along the way, that's the most important thing for me, right? So anyways, guys, listen, I think I'm going to cap it. I'm going to cap it here. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. It really means a lot to me. Hopefully I got all your questions answered, and watch today's video. Hopefully you like it, comment on it, and let me know what you think. And whatever you're looking for in terms of my videos, give me ideas. I'm totally open for you guys. You guys are the reason why I do these videos. Keep me accountable, and I keep you entertained, I guess, as best I can, right? Or maybe I'm teaching you something as well. So either way, right? This is a family. This is how we learn. This is how I roll, and I want this to be the biggest and best that I can be, right? So very cool. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Get out and run. That's all I got to say. Just get out and run. Seek adventures. Run with joy and live in gratitude. Later, everyone. Bye for now.